Hello everybody, welcome back to another Minecraft video. This is a sequel to a previous video I made and put 2 out of 3 on creating a custom item in Minecraft. This time it's about creating, or not creating, but adding a custom texture for your item that doesn't replace the base texture. So we can do this using a resource pack and custom model data. Because you can see here, I have a diamond sword. I don't know why it's so laggy. This is what I made in the last episode. And I can add a custom texture to it that will keep the diamond sword texture. So I'll show you how to do that. You can use a custom model or a custom texture. Custom texture is just a PNG file, whereas a model is a JSON file format that you can make with a program like Blockbench. I won't be going over how to do that specifically, but they're basically the same process. You just put file, you just change a step. So I'll tell you when to do that if you're using a custom model. But yeah, let's go. Okay, now here we are back in our resource pack. Here we are, pack.mc meta, which has pack format, description, all that stuff. I'll include a link to a copy from a previous video in the description. Here's the assets folder. Open this Mules Gaming was from a previous video. We're going to be using the namespace Minecraft. And before we continue, I should mention that a copy of this resource pack is available in the description below for you to download if you want to. Now we have the textures folder, models, and atlases. I'll use textures first, so go ahead and create a folder called textures, and then called custom textures. Actually, it doesn't have to be named custom textures. You can name it like custom or like custom textures, whatever. But this is your texture will live inside this folder. You can also create subfolders, like new folder here if I wanted to. Here is going to be your custom texture. If you're using a custom model, you have to put all of your texture assets in this folder. But if you're just using a normal texture like I am, name it what you want. Make it a 16 by 16.png file. Here's mine. Now, with that out of the way, there's also a subfolder items inside texture. And then here we need to put the texture of the item we're replacing. Since I'm replacing a diamond sword, I have the diamond sword texture. That's the texture folder. Make sure everything's set up how you want it. Now we have the atlases folder up next. This is the folder that Minecraft uses to load textures, because in 1.19.3 they made a resource pack change where textures need to be specified in, or texture folders need to be specified in the atlas folder to load, to speed up resource pack reloading time. So inside atlases, we have a blocks.json file. Let's open this, and you can see we have sources, and then here we have, this is the important stuff. You can see it says that we're looking for a directory called custom_textures. And this is based on inside the textures folder. So it'll look inside, so it'll look at for textures / custom textures right here. And then load all the assets and directories inside there. And then it will output it as custom textures /. So to make your own, just set the source for whatever folder you named your custom textures, and the prefix should be the same thing, just with a slash at the end. If you have multiple that you want to load, just copy this, add a comma, and paste it back. And of course, this should be like that, and then change it. So if I undo all this, now, so that's just atlases. Now, models is the big thing, I guess you could say, where we turn our custom texture into a model that the game can use, and then tell it what custom model data to assign it to. Because how that custom model data works is you have an item with a custom model data tag that has a number that specifies what custom texture it should use. So inside models, we're going to need a folder to make our texture into a model inside. So I recommend naming that the same thing you named your folder inside textures. So I name mine custom texture, so it's custom texture here. Open it, and then here we have a JSON file. If you're using a custom model, all you need to do is save your custom model into this folder. But if you're using a custom texture like I am, we make a JSON, call it whatever you want. I recommend naming it the same thing as your PNG file. And then in here, there's a few things. We have the parent and textures. So parent here, this tells you what kind of item it should load. There's handheld and generated. Handheld is for tools, generated is for everything else. There might be more types, I'm not going to cover that. You can just go to the resource files on a website like mcasset.cloud, I think. I'll include a link to that in the description. And then here you define what texture it uses. So layer 0, which is the base. And then here we put our directory. So the name of our resource pack folder, which was custom_textures. And then the name of a PNG file that we put in there without the file extension. So no PNG on the end. Here, this is what we've turned it into our texture into a custom model. So now if we go back into models, we have the item folder, so we can open this, and this is where we're going to set our custom model data as a thing. So diamondsword.json, this will be the JSON file for whatever item you're placing. Again, I recommend going on to like mcasset.cloud or looking at the files yourself to get this file, cause yeah. So open it. In here we have what looks like what we just saw when we made it into a model. We have the parent that defines what type it is, and then the default texture, which is Minecraft item diamond sword. And if you get it just from mcasset.cloud or from the files, it'll look something like this. But we add this whole override thing. So there's a comma at the end, and then overrides, bracket, more bracketness, that space shouldn't be there, predicate, and then we have custom model data and model. Custom model data, afterwards, here's the number that we want to assign to our custom model data. I chose 4 9s. It can be whatever number you want. And then here, model is where we define the model that we set. So I just have custom models, thickness blade. Our resource pack should have our custom model data. So we make sure to save all of those files. If you want the direct files and just want to change it yourself, just go in the description, download the pack, change values around. But once you're done with that, make sure to save all your files, and then reload the resource pack using the hotkey F3 and T at the same time. I don't think Mac computers have the F key, so if you're using that, you have to go to the options, resource packs, and then take it off and take it back on. But now that we've reloaded it, we can /give ourselves a diamond sword. And then to add custom model data, just do a curly bracket which specifies that we're adding MBT, and then custom model data with the C, M, and D all being capitalized. Then we can put this, is it a colon, I think, and then put our number. For me it was 3 9s, and there you go. You can see we have our custom texture in game. This is part of my custom item series. Here's my custom item. Now I just need to go into the command and add custom model data to it. Go to the very start of the parentheses right here, and then just add custom model data of 4 9s, add a comma, then here we go. Here we have our custom item that we've made that makes you go super fast and has a custom name and cool stuff. You should go watch that video if you haven't already. That's all I have for you today. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, all that stuff, you know the drill. But yeah, goodbye!